Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's really a right or wrong. It's definitely a little bit of luck, anticipation. You have a 50-50 chance on making the right decision, and yeah, it's kind of a crapshoot.
Race Day CT News Update.
Welcome to your Mid-State Site Development Race Day CT News Update for Friday morning. We're here on the pit road at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, ready to check in the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour garage. The Modified Tour has practice and qualifying here today for tomorrow's Mohegan Sun 100. Caught up with a few of the drivers in the Whelen Modified Tour pit area this morning to ask their opinions on how they play out this race and if they have a strategy for those last few laps.
Yeah, it's always good to come to a track that you like, and it's a fun track. It's like our premier race for the year, so yeah, always excited to do that. But yeah, no, excited.
And then as far as your history here, I mean, how comfortable are you with this place?
Fairly comfortable, obviously. I mean, we had good runs here in our family car, just for some reason or another would come up short at the end, and so no, I'm fairly comfortable. But you know, we've seen here historically some guys that are really fast last year will be struggling this year. So no, it's time to focus on this year. My whole crew is really focused on this year. You know, being good today and tomorrow, and you know, you can't look in the past, you got to look forward. And you know, we finished second 3 times this year, so I'm getting a little tired of being the bridesmaid, and we're looking to run good here this weekend and the rest of the season. What's
your mindset on this track? I know a lot of people look at it like the first 90 laps are setting up for the last 10 laps and being in that spot where you're in contention to win on the last 2 or 3 laps. How do you look at a race here?
I mean, it's just cautiously aggressive, I guess you could say. You know, you got to pounce when you can pounce, but you also, there's a lot of this race where you can just follow in line, and if you're up toward the front, you know, in the top 5, it's easy just to sit there and log laps and save car and tire and everything. So this is a very demanding track on a car, so there's a lot of the race. If you're good, you know, you can just fall in line and be content running 3rd, 4th, 2nd, you know, and just not being the guy that's having to set the pace and really beat up his stuff. So it comes down to you have to have a good car, though. You know, you have to have a car that's capable of running toward the front.
We ask the question every year, but you take the white flag. Do you want to be in the lead? Do you want to be in 2nd? Do you want to be in 3rd?
I mean, it's that can change year to year. You know, I mean, if I have a choice, I'd like to be the leader and have like a 5-car gap. You know, but here at this track, that rarely happens unless there's a long green flag run. Usually it takes an awful long time for us to get split apart in the draft here. So, I mean, if you repeat last year, I would be glad I was 2nd, you know. Being that we were grouped up there after that restart on the end there, I definitely didn't want to be the leader. But this year, it could be a totally different story. And, you know, there could be a 50-lap green flag run come to the end of the race. So, you know, in that case, you obviously want to be the leader. But no, every year is different. Every race is different. Strategy's different. Tires are different. You know, everything. There's a lot of variables that go into every race that can change the outcome.
Yeah, I mean, you know, first and foremost, just want to qualify good. I think that's important. But also too, you know, just kind of learning, getting some more laps. I mean, I've only been here a couple of times with the modified. I've only been here once with the tour, and that was you know, pre-COVID, and then I was here with the MRS as well. So been a little while, but have been watching a lot of races back, just trying to learn from some of these guys that are really, really fast here, and you know, just looking forward to getting out there.
Do you have a mindset in your head about a strategy for this event and a strategy for the last 10 laps?
Yeah, I mean, you know, of course you got to be up there, right? I mean, you have to be up there. Obviously, I mean, these races have gone into overtime quite often too. So just trying to stay out of trouble, getting to the end of the race. It seems like, you know, there's definitely some trouble that can happen throughout the race. So we just want to keep our nose clean. And we've got a couple of different pit strategies that we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks for this race. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what plays out. But, you know, you just never know. You just never know how the race is going to go. Maybe it'll go our way, maybe not. But, you know, I think we brought a pretty fast race car, hopefully. And we've put a lot of time and effort in the shop over the last couple of weeks on this car. So I think we'll be good.
This is a racetrack probably more than any other on the series where you need to have friends, you need to have guys that want to work with you on the racetrack. Any worry that because you have not a ton of experience here that guys might say, I'm not sure I want to work with him?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. Maybe. You know, I know like you know, there's a couple guys like that I've raced SK Modifieds with who hopefully are you know, understand that I can hold the wheel straight down the straightaways and that we can go out there and draft together. But you know, some of the more experienced guys and some of the bigger teams, they might not want to work with me, and I get it. But if they don't want to work with me and they want to let someone else push me to the front, then that's up to them too.
Just in general, how do you, when you get on the track, do you have a strategy in mind for this event? How you're going to play the first 90 laps, a strategy for the last 10 laps, and the last 3 laps?
I don't know. I'm kind of a play it by ear kind of driver, I guess. I don't like to plan stuff out too much. No, not really. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Just situational. Like, it all changes. So you go out there and you have a plan, but all the other people could change that plan. I don't know. It's just.
Every year we talk about with this event, does the guy leading want to be leading at the white flag? Would you rather be in second? Would you rather be in third and waiting for those guys to mess up? Do you have a preference, or is that again?
I thought about that last year, and I thought we were in good position. Like, I wanted to be third. I felt like it was a toss-up between first and second, who would come out with the win when it comes to you know, on the start-finish line to the checkered flag. But it's a toss-up. I kind of want to be second, I guess. So yeah, the only plan is coming down to that last few laps and whatnot.
First off, how's it feel to be back in the Modified Tour garage after a little time away?
Yeah, it's been a nice summer, relaxing at home and doing a little bit of racing and just having fun with the kids and enjoying the summer. But it is nice to be back, and obviously we gotta, you know, we always want to come race Loudon. It's the biggest race of the year for the series, so we're proud to be here and you know, proud to have Dollar Tree on the car this weekend and looking forward to hopefully a good weekend.
I guess every race is different, but when you come here, do you have a general playbook in your mind about how you want the race to play out for you, or how you're going to handle certain situations?
Yeah, we were just talking about that actually. I don't really watch any races back anymore because it seems that the same move never really wins the race twice. You know, I typically would, you know, if you're not first or second off of turn 2, that's all you're looking to do is position yourself all day to be in that spot off of turn 2 coming back to the checkered, and at that point you just got to make, you know, one split-second decision, right or wrong, and you'll win the race. But I think that's what makes us all want to be here every year, is that get to that position. So it's tough. I don't think you could drive yourself insane just trying to think about it and study it, and I think you just got to go out and let things happen as naturally.
Talk about being first or second off of turn 2. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be first? Do you want to be second?
I mean, I've won and lost them both ways, so I still think I'd like to be the leader, but you know, I lost last year as the leader, so I just don't know. You just, like I said, you just got to take it, you know, it's going to be circumstantial every year, and you just, you know, make the right instinct decision, and hopefully it gets you to victory lane.
Well, I definitely don't want to be part of the things that happen. Not really. I mean, we've had luck here, and we've had some unsuccessful days. Just, you know, once we get rolling and then get into the draft and the car starts coming to you, I mean, depending on our speed today or tomorrow, you know, we've always been successful moving forward. You know, also we had a couple of years that went by where we, you know, early on had a problem. So I just want to be able to be on the lead lap at the end, hopefully in the top 5. I'll be happy with a top 10. No scratches, you know, no damage, because I'd like to use this car for Friday next week for Stafford. So my map is to get out of here clean, unscathed, and go on to the next race, but something with a good finish.
Do you map a playbook in your head for an event at Loudon and kind of say, this is what I want to do for the first whatever laps, this is where I want to be if I'm in that place at the end?
Yes and no. Really all depends on our qualifying effort. If we qualify up front, the plan is to stay up front. Less wrecks tend to happen when you're racing with the best guys in the business. Less mistakes, things like that. So if we qualify up front, I'd love to stay up front. If we qualify in the back, I mean, maybe you'll see us do a little bit of the Denny Hamlin Daytona 500 stuff before Toyota got involved in it, where you just kind of ride around, you know what I mean? As long as we can stay in the lead lap, build a notebook on everything. We're one of the guys that's totally new to these tires. Today's my first day with them, and we're already trying to sort up what we're trying to go through. So it's definitely an interesting thing, and that's changed our strategy a little bit, just not knowing what we're going into. But I feel like we have a pretty good baseline on our car coming up from April. We finished third. We were the only spec motor that was in the top 3 that way. So I feel really confident in our setup stuff and the car itself, just trying to make sure that we get a handle on these tires, make sure it doesn't affect the car too big, and kind of go from there and see what our strategy plays from qualifying.
Yeah, did a lot of iRacing this week on the simulator, and just practice drafting and stuff, and learn how to pass and everything. So definitely going to be the first car on the racetrack to see how it is and stuff, how the car is by myself and stuff. So a little bit nervous, but I guess it's all the butterflies. We'll just see how we do today. It's no expectations.
This is a racetrack unlike any other on the series where you really do need friends on the racetrack. You need guys that are going to work with you. Is there a worry that because you have so little experience here that it might be tough to have guys work with you?
Yeah, I talked to a lot of people and asked them for tips and stuff, and to drag the brake, either if you're coming up 20 more miles an hour coming up onto them, or just pull out a line, but just to make sure you have a clean pass to get up back in line, because if you're on the bottom and everyone's on the top, you're just going to go backwards. And yeah, I think I have a lot of friends on this tour, and I think they'll help me out a lot. So I guess we'll see what happens.
When you come here, you have a playbook in your mind, just a general playbook of how I want the first 100 or the first 90 laps to play out, or where I want to be for the last 10 laps.
Yeah, I mean, you try to. It doesn't always work out that way, obviously, but the biggest thing here is obviously stay out of trouble, make it to the end, and put yourself in a good position those last five or so laps where you're in that top 2 or top 4 pack, and anything can happen here in the last lap. So I've won some races here before with the open modified races, the Northeast Classics. Never won a NASCAR modified event here. Been close, a couple top 5s with Tommy Baldwin, a second. I've led a few races here coming to the white flag. So yeah, it's just one of those deals. Definitely a little bit of luck on your side, and anything can happen on the last lap.
Like you say on that last lap, and it's a question that gets asked of guys every year. You see the white flag, do you want to be leading, do you want to be second?
I don't think there's an answer to that, honestly. I've seen this race won both times, several times. Guys lead into the white, some guys in second, some guys are in third. It all depends what happens off turn 2 down that back straightaway. Yeah, like I said, I don't think there's really a right or wrong. It's definitely a little bit of luck, anticipation. You have a 50-50 chance on making the right decision, and yeah, it's kind of a crapshoot.